Hello everybody, this is Michael Ricardo's May Copy, and welcome back to Higurashi when they cry Watanagashi. So let's just begin! In the end, all the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch. I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. A feeling other than the drowsiness made me space out. Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it. Oh wait. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it. Is what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger. The stomachache. Well, that's a quick beginning. Well! You did a good job making it through. You're absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Kei-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, eh? I don't need any compliments right now. I need food. There's something for you to eat at home, right? You don't keep snacks laying around at home. And I'm out of cup noodles right now. Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. I have absolutely no intention of laughing along. What a salty boy. Just like Rena's curry. Well then, I'll take my leave. I'm my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. Ah, that job at Angel Mort Family Restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating. Oh. Being a waitress is really hard work. Mi-chan is working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? Oh. No! I'm looking at that toy store I'm working at that toy store from the other day. I almost said looking. Sometimes my voices could really go against me. Shion's the waitress. My bad. I completely forgot that's how it ended up being. I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you guys up. Keiichi-kun? Who's Shion? You're the only one who... Oh yeah, that's right, because I was talking to Satoko and Rika in one of the tips, and Rena was like out of the loop during that entire tip, so she doesn't know. Rena asked the obvious question. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, and Shion has a cold and scary personality. Not saying anything. I am not saying anything on that matter. I'm not saying that she's wrong. Or she's right, but I don't want to get into spoilers because a lot of people have not, well, probably a lot of people have not actually know what happened in Higurashi, and all they know is like the basic people die, but they don't know why they die, so I don't want to spoil that because you gotta find out on your own by either hearing me read it out loud or reading it yourselves or watching the anime, which I watched the anime first before reading the visual novels, and I do have to say, the visual novels are twice as good as the anime, so read the visual novels, guys. I think that when you guys were born, she got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's cute, cheerful. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. Rena interjected her eyes and Rena interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange. Is that true? But has never met her. Mi-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her end the charade. Oh yeah! I saw him introduced her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know. I didn't ask. Oh. I don't know. I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to Mi-chan's house. Yeah, that. You know, I'm the only one that lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okamiya. we're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated that she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to these kinds of things. Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me. As she said, yeah, I believe you. A smiley sunny blossomed on Rena's face. Rena wants to meet her. I'll go and see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? She's getting tangled more in her little web. I could tell that Mia was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues. Sorry, I have to get to work. Later. Rena, Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Near the ladder, ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you look at it, she was running away. You'll just label this one as an emergency escape. B-chan was kind of cute. I wonder why. Rena giggled in amusement. Only if they both knew the truth. Alright. Getting home right now. Okay. I'm not for sure what else happens in this chapter. Like, I played this chapter before, but, I don't remember what happens. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entry without even taking off my shoes. As I was losing the last veggies in my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seems I had a guess. It seemed as if I had a guess. Come on in. It's open. I directed my listless voice at the door. Why do you have so many packages? And oh, hi, Shion. Good afternoon, huh? Kei-chan, what are you doing? It seemed my guess was Mion, or rather, Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprout out on the entryway. Okay, before I keep on reading, what's up with the packages in front of their house? Like, seriously. Like, do you think that... maybe Keiji doesn't want to open them because that might be his parents, but still, if it's... if they've been there for a long time and that's a lot of packages, why? Okay, enough about the packages. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of club's activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right? Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Satoko spilled my pot and you stole my rice. But I'm Shion. She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now. Sorry. What's up? Did you bring something for me to eat? Oh my! It's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out the small bento box she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought something to eat? Thanks. There was still some ground beef left over from my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you want it. Am I bothering you? Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Sneak a look inside the box. What's in the the packages? What's in the boxes? Why is that so funny? Sneak inside the box. To say that she's just put some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuff inside. Is it really? Why is that so funny? Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce. There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez, I'm not my. Stop laughing. Jeez. I'm not my sister. I won't do that kind of thing. If you don't if you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. I need to pause for a second. No, that's not pause. Alright. Alright. Jeez, I'm not like my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Aw, don't make her do that. Though, Keiichi run... Yeah, Keiichi Renan. Keiichi and Rena. Not Keiichi and Renan. Who the hell's Renan? Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were sometimes that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments. I don't mind at all. I just want to chow down it with all the things. I want to chow down with it with all the things from my with all the things from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I gotta keep on. Cannot keep on making references because I actually do want to read to you guys. I cannot make references every 10 seconds. I was about to make a Dora reference, by the way. It's not something to be thinking about. Oh, it's not something to be so thinkable that your nose has to run. Shion, who had thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much, but do you want to come in? I could probably make some tea or something. Sorry. Maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just whisk the box out with water and give it to my sister tomorrow, please. Of course. It would only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious. Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing. Shion grew red again as she looked down once more. During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so she sometimes gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There's no grudges when it comes to club activities, after all. In fact, I should be the one to thank you for all the thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me? Yes. I think my sister would be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I look at the bento box that she left behind. A faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle even a needle being mixed inside. Okay, this is not a spoiler because in Okinakushi, he bit into like I think it was a rice ball and there was a needle inside it. It was Mion who gave him the rice balls, so that's kind of like a callback, but a dark callback that Keiichi won't get, but the readers will if they read chapter 1. Which they probably should have because this is chapter 2. But anyways, but really, I don't think she would go as far as putting a needle in there. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite. Another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion. So there shouldn't be anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. Shion. No. Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over for me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange has been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. What's happening now? Oh! Wait, no, that's not the end of the... Is that really the end of this part? Or is it just transitioning to the next part? Because... I'll read part of the next part because I'm only 15 minutes in. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna read probably the next part in. This episode might be a little bit long, but I don't care. Because that was very short. I didn't think it would be that short. I thought we were gonna jump to a different scene, but we didn't. Hey, Mion. Here. What is it, Kate-chan? I thrust the bento box she had given me yesterday at her face. Add the food you gave me in it. Thanks. It was great. Leon's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall over into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in the bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out. Alright! Shion really is considerate, huh? She was so transparent. Was Mion always terrible at lying? This terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. So, what did you think? You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously, you look the same. Not that. Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento? Oh, of course! It was delicious. Really? I never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright? Sorry for the other pause, guys. I had a phone call that I kind of needed to call back, so I went ahead and did that. I am sorry. Hopefully I won't pause anytime in the future of the video, unless it's laughing at another What's in the Box joke. Alright. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she will be happy. We're gonna get along with Shion. We're going along with Shion giving it to me, not Mion, are we? Yet, her laugh, it came from deep down, and it sounded pretty happy. I guess you really can laugh nicely enough that just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way onto my tongue, but I swallowed it back. Come on. Keiichi and Runa, we all know Keiichi and Runa is better, guys. As Mion went to put the bento box back in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kei-chan, there's something inside. Huh? Wow. She opened it. The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands. Well, this is, well, my mother told me to put them in, so thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. It's pretty. Candy. There was a handful of candies, neatly wrapped in paper, inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me something like this is called a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it shouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out of my face. Beyond laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, okay? Okay. Skip to this point of the video if you don't want a spoiler, alright? Okay, so, knowing a little bit of what happens ahead of time, I'm taking a guess that this might be one of the points where Shion disguised herself as Mion? I'm not for sure if she did that before, well, she killed me. Well, no, traps Mion. She doesn't kill her yet. She kills her towards the end of everything, but I'm not for sure if this is Shion disguised as Mion, or Mion actually being Mion, because Mion got a little bit jealous when Keiichi was giving all the stuff to Ren and all the other girls because he thought she was a tomboy. I'm not 100% sure if I'm right now. That'll probably be answered in the answer arc, and by then I might have forgotten my theory behind what's happening right now, but I think this might be Shion pretending to be Mion. I'm not 100%, but this might be what's happening. Right. You're right. Oh yeah. You can come back now, guys. All right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little bit downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end. Alright. Mii-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it? Perhaps she caught fever. The red on her face probably is due to the increased body temperature. Hey Rika. Why are you petting my head? I don't know what that voice was, but that might be my Satoko voice now. Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. That's not a petting sound, that's more of a hitting the table sound. I don't think you can hear that. Alright. Okay, that was enough of that part. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next part because, well, I don't know how long this will be, and this might be an hour-long video, but I don't care. I kind of want to read more than 20 minutes for you guys, so here we go. Extra long episode of Higurashi. I might have explained this before, but phys ed at school is just an exercise in disorder. The exercise in disorder. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time was spent doing whatever. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education has some sort of curriculum for this? Not in not in America, they don't. Oh my god. Something like, when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical ability. I mean, America doesn't. I have no idea what you're saying, Keiichi-san. It's rather difficult to understand. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Maybe you weakling city folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids will lag behind in physical ability? We're better athletes than you would think, Keiichi. Come to think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there would be a good chance I finished dead last if I didn't start off well. Let's just pray when that brutal penalty game is at stake that 100-meter dash isn't a club activity. On that note, I watched too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up on my sleep. It's 4th period and I'm completely starved. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? As I began to sprawl out on the pod, Mion grabbed me by the collar. Do you really think I'll let you sleep in peace and quiet? With that look on your face, it required more than courage to try to take a nap than not. Good grief. Which means... Is it gonna start again? Now! Just killing time with this idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youths, isn't it? Shall we stop a club? Can we start a club activity? Just as I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game? Now this is happening. Take a nap is impossible. Not just that. With a sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as a mincemeat. I'm as good as a mincemeat. Oh my god. I had to get my brain into gear. What do you think we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start? Rena knows what's up. I prepared something rather super special today. She began to announce a group penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. before she could do that. I'm sorry. I have something that I wanted to do. Of all people, it was Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do eventually occur. Losing her time, and Beyond spun like a top as she tumbled to the ground. Ah! What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right. B-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi. That's right. Channeling inner Satoko. It's this Sunday. Rika's in the middle of super serious training right now. I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. I see. Well, there's something that can be done. There's no point in doing anything if we can't get everyone together. Today, let's just take it easy. I'm very sorry. I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. We'll be cheering you on. When being announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika-chan and Satoko headed off behind the school building. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everyone was talking about. What's that about? Is Rika-chan training for a competition or something? Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Watanagashi, so she has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? First of all, what is this Watanagashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? Shrine maiden. Last, what do you mean by ritual dance? Huh? Didn't you get the notice at your house, Kei-chan? Wasn't it written there? The Watanagashi festival is this Sunday. Come to think of it, I had a feeling that Mom did say something about it during dinner the other day. The Watanagashi is a festival that happens at the shrine every Sunday, on a Sunday every June. It's very lively. I see. But Watanagashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is it something like the Lantern Festival where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Oh! I figured you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Watanagashi, or Counter Drift Festival, is, as the name implies, where we set counter drift down the river. The cotton, you see, is... I sounded way too deep voice for a run-out voice. Hold on. Alright. The cotton, you see, is from futons or jackets, so it would be something like a futon memorial? They also pile futons on the altar. I've heard of people leaving offerings like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors or to the casualties of war. But an offering of futons is a first for me. What's the history behind that? Beyond tilted her head, pensively? I think it's pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats to ward off the cold is fairly important, I guess. Ah, I see. In other words, it's something like giving thanks to the futons that took care of you during the winter, then the shrine maiden holds a memorial service for them and then sets them adrift? That's what the Watanagashi is? Beyond Reddit indicated that I had the correct answer with a round of applause. And you see, that shrine maiden performing the memorial is Rika-chan. Ah, so Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Now that you mention it, Rika-chan does have that mystical air around her. Right. Rika-chan in a shrine maiden outfit. Oh. And there's the Kayute mode. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be Kayute. I finally get what you're saying. Rika-chan's training is for a performance as a shrine maiden, then. That would be it. The shrine maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of a ceremony. It's practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. The shrine maiden has to carry a large memorial hoe as part of the rite. As part of the rite? Okay. Okay, translating that to English, probably was a little bit hard because as part of the right, hold on, I gotta search that up real quick. Okay, so a rite is a religious or other solemn ceremony or act. This is a little bit embarrassing because I had no idea what it was. Wow. Okay, well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. I have that Rika-chan has been practicing with a mochi mallet. Wait a minute. That's way too heavy! Forget about Rika-chan. That would be even rough for me. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If you dropped it by accident, it'd be in big trouble. Well, it's once a year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. Oh, I switched around the voices, but it's fine. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. Really? Then the least I could do is cheer her on. Even something that little would help, right? I was rather curious about exactly how she practiced. Mion laughed as she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Ryuja will get all cute and will be able to practice. I didn't quite understand what Mion was saying. You see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works. Okay? So just leave her be. Even the always cool and aloof Rika-chan has times where she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling. All I could do was pray for her success, huh? Do your best, Rika Furude. I'm cheering for you. Well then. I climbed onto the pipe and plopped down on my side. Hooray, hooray, Rika-chan. In order to transmit more of my psychic ways of encouragement, I'll be entering a meditative state right now. So you're just gonna sleep after all? Yeah. Oh. Oh, that was a transition. The lack of doubts until noon time ended up giving way to a mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much for lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. I want to gorge myself a little bit too much. I'll have to endure the afternoon classes. Geichi-kun, you had an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig, but today was a whole different level. Yesterday I skipped lunch, right? That hunger just soaked right in. This time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. I get you. But really, Kei-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. Heck, even down to the last grain of rice. With food, you show your appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know. If you leave any behind, it's rude to the person who put all that effort. Hearing that, Beyond's eyes momentarily widened in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kei-chan, really? At first glance, you seem like an unruly and irresponsible guy, but you're pretty conscious. Well disciplined or something like that. Conscientious? Yeah. Rina thinks so too. Keiichi-kun's a lot kinder than he looks. Both of them were probably trying to compliment me, but I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. That's not true. I just wanted to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality. I'm saying that's not a compliment. Hey, Sonozaki-san. Oh, hey, Sonozaki-san, my Maru-kun. We're right in the middle of class. How far did you get, Sonozaki-san? Bring your nubs right up here. Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy to understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation that she stopped working completely. Doing alright, Star. You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you have to shape up. That Mion. It looks like she's getting lectured. Poor bastard. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearance might be the opposite of reality. You say some pretty interesting things. Responding to Rena's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Satoko was happily studying together with Rika-chan. Are you saying that brat Satoko is actually really meek? If I went by what Rena really said, then that would be the case. I could hardly imagine Satoko being meek and gentle like a girl in some fairy tale. Satoko-chan's been rude lately, but it's been a while. But just a while ago, she was pretty different. She acted really spoiled and yeah. Keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? Star. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. I don't think they're gonna disclose on Satoko in this chapter, but I do know what happened in the past with her, but I'm not gonna say anything because that's a spoiler again. Wow. Knowing what happens is very hard because you don't want to say anything because you don't want to spoil it. That's Satoko. Acting so cute. For Satoko to play coy, I think that it would have to be some part of a calculated plot. Even if she were to hide behind someone, I only think it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, I tried to imagine a gentle and coquettious Satoko. Ooh. We're in Geiji's imagination now. Hey, Satoko. What? Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Satoko smiled keenly and walked towards me. By the way, for every 3 steps towards Satoko, 4 Satoko took, for some reason I took 3 steps away. Oni-sama? Why are you running away? Sorry, Satoko. For you to approach me with such an affectionate smile on your face, I just had to think it was some sort of trap. That's so mean! Oni-sama, you meanie! Ah! Sorry, I didn't intend to be so mean. The weeping Satoko came closer to me, and I'm a sucker for tears. Click, clank. A bear trap? My leg was being clamped down by a jagged metal teeth. Oh! You fell for it! Now it's time for the next part! Satoko raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another. Suddenly, the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. And then I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes. Why did they not animate this for the anime? Why did they not animate this dream sequence? Well, there was a live action show, but would they actually put this scene in live action? Well, it's time to see the live action show to see if they do that. They probably won't. On top of that, in the direction the ball would knock me was a great guillotine. I'm not really sure, but Keiichi-kun, you're not thinking of anything completely ludicrous right now, are you? Not really. Not at all. That's a lie! You got the kind of look on your face that says, I'm gonna be crushed by a giant spike ball. How could my expression convey that I was thinking like that? Sorry. Imagining a meek and gentle Satoko is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape. Next, I looked over at Rika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Satoko, her default state was meek and gentle. If Rika-chan came to be saying Oni-sama, I'd hug her tightly. I could get used to that! Keiichi-kun. Drilling? Sorry. Then how about Rika-chan? Are you saying that her appearance is deceiving as well? Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? Despite her appearance, she was really quite sly. Sweetly, how do you put it? Evading things deftly? I get the feeling that Rika-chan is not only just sweet, her appearance is definitely deceiving. I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Rena managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, is like she was saying, you shouldn't say something like that. When Rika-chan grows up, I'm sure she will become an incredibly devilish beauty with men wrapped all around her finger. Don't you think that would be cool? Rena said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, couldn't laugh at that. But I will. Ha ha ha! I'm sorry. The scary part about that was it felt like it could be true. Noticing my gaze, Rika-chan turns towards me and let loose with an angelic smile. Both Rena and I, feeling as if it was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat. Rena, your nose is bleeding. Appearances can be deceiving. Huh. Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding by the teacher. By Rena's theory, that unrefined, calculating, convening Mion also had a side of her that belied appearances. ... Then, what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person? Mi-chan is a good person. Oh, well, that is true. What I'm trying to say is... Yep, I know what you're trying to say, Keiichi-kun. Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Rena smiled even more brightly. And what? Mi-chan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. That's right. Mion was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Rena said. When Mion livened up the mood, it wasn't though she felt like a guy or a girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender. If she were a guy, we would probably be like two peas in a pod. Although, that's the same way it is right now. But you see, even that Mi-chan is actually really feminine. Rena, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? Rena began to pout. Now, probably wasn't the right time to joke around. Mi-chan is club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's a really cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. Rena's gaze focused off into the distance, beyond where Mion was. I think an interaction between Mion and Rena in the answer arc might explain what she's saying, but I was not actually 100% sure what was going on with Mion, even after what I saw in the anime, so I'm gonna wait till the answer arc to say anything, but yeah, that situation is a little bit confusing by the way the anime portrayed it, so I really hope I can understand it in the visual novel. The Mion I met at Angelmore was unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from an unfamiliar job. It was a far cry from the brass and confident Mion. Even though she had hurried to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did so not as Mion, but as Shion. What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly? Keiichi-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine. As if we were to say our little secret, Rena held her finger up to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally through the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everything you need to study for in life. Saying that, she plopped down into her seat violently. Mion was actually really feminine. I wonder if I can meet Shion again. I wanted to talk to her again. Ooh. The principal waved around the bell that served as a school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everyone's homework assignments. Whoa! It looks like there's going to be a lot of homework today. Gotta buckle down. Well then. That means even Rena. Huh? What do you mean? Appearances can be deceiving. Would that apply to you too? Huh? Keiichi-kun, now do you see me? How? The Rena Ryugu that I knew, sometimes took things too far, but was a kind and gentle ideal girl. Really? Really? Then that makes me happy, I guess. If she was the opposite of what she seemed, I would make her. And if I were really the opposite? Just try saying it. I won't be mad. That's what I felt she meant. Rena is. Rena is. Even if you were the opposite, you'd still be Rena. Right? Ooh! Shout back. I mean, call back, not shout back. This question shouldn't have been so nerve-wracking to answer. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but even saying that took a strange amount of effort. That's no fair, Keiichi-kun. It bothers me when you say it that way. How? Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Rena's face began to turn red with embarrassment. Rena! Kei-chan! Let's go home! Mion walked over and started getting ready to go home. Whenever school is over, she really does get noticeably more energetic. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around my pocket on a whim, I noticed something that should have been there was missing. What's the matter, Kei-chan? The key to my house that I always carry around is gone. Man, where did I lose it? It's fine today since my parents are home, but still, this is bad. That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Or did you drop it? Which one was it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Kei-chan, did that key have anything that would make it sound out? Yeah, it's on a keychain. It's a blue fur seal, something that I made for summer homework a long time ago. Huh? Does it have his eyes shut like it's taking a nap? Oh, how did you know? Yeah, that's it. Mion looked away and began to whistle. See, you went for dinner at Angel Moore a couple days ago, right? That night, the staff found a key, and there was a fur seal keychain to attach to it. Suddenly, as she said that, she suddenly grew flustered and added that Shion had told her about it. Huh? So I dropped it then. Aren't you glad that they found it? I'm sure they're looking after it for you. That's right. Why don't you go? Shion looks the same as me, so you probably know her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once again, I had no choice but to go and meet with Shion. I also had to thank her for the bento from yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of me might be interesting. Half jokingly, I began to think about things like this. Right, Angel Moore, was it? I'll head over to Shion's restaurant and get my key back. While I'm at it, having a nice spot of tea might not be a bad idea. You sound like an English gentleman. Having a spot of That was not an English accent. I don't know what that was. Hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry, viewers from the UK. This not be a good accent because it will probably be a mix of both Irish, English, and Scottish because I'm bad at accents. While I'm at it, having a nice spot of tea might not be a bad idea. That did not sound like an accent. That sounded like I was trying to voice Rena, but with a more accident tone. I don't know. Okay, time to get back to the story. Is this the restaurant? The one that Mi-chan's little sister is working at? Yeah. Why don't we go together, Rena? Sorry to disappoint you. I had plans with my father today. Some other time. Rena seemed pretty disappointed about having to miss such a great opportunity. You said that they're twins, but do they really look that much alike? Enough to mistake which is which? Yeah, they're totally the same. At least on the outside. Unlike Mion, she's well-mannered and really cute, though. In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, they weren't just identical, they were the same person. Oh boy. After going home, I changed my clothes and dug my bike out of the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, A name for a different kind of Mion. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing that she had fooled everyone like that. I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, as if I was heading towards a new friend's house for the first time. What Rona said about Mion actually being really feminine sprang to my mind once again. The guilt from spying on another side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one that knew about this side, these feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you, Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out and admitted that she was Mion, it was fine to call her Shion, right? Mion might be trying to have some fun by acting out a different persona. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I wasn't embarrassed since I was here with Dad, but this time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about it. Meet Shion. Get my key back. That was all this task was supposed to be. If I dawdled around like this, maybe Shion would find me before she headed in for work. Hey, what are you doing, KHB Myra? Hey, what are you doing, KHB Myra? You're just here to get your key back, you know? It's not like you're some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. The thoughts inside my head were slowly turning into a jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. That's why, for just a tiny little bit, I got a little carried away and did something really stupid. I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk. It was in the way, sure, but there's absolutely no need for me to kick it. I definitely think I got too carried away. As the three bikes toppled over one after another like dominoes, the loud noise they caused snapped me back to my senses. Oh shit! What the hell you think you're doing? The owners of those bikes were right there. They looked exactly what you call thugs up to no good. They lifted their heads up in an imposing manner and yelled angry in a way that I had never heard before. The three of them beelined towards me, the worn-down heels of their thin-soled shoes slapping noisily against the pavement. I could only stare listlessly, as if I was watching some far-off event that didn't concern me at all. By the time I realized it, I'd been grabbed by the car and lifted on to my tiptoes. Don't be playing dumb. You knocked him over, didn't you? The three thugs were completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke was enough to make me tremble. Just like that, my composure drained away. My legs buckled and my throat grew dry enough to crack. Sorry, I accidentally... Accident my ass. You kicked her over, didn't you, dumbass? I was completely at fault, so there was nothing I could say in defense. As a result, I was pulled even higher. The hell, man? The pant's all scuffed. Yo, brat, would you put up with this, eh? Who put you up to this, eh? It's your goddamn fault. The three of them continued to yell at me. I had no idea of what each of them were saying. Getting further in rage, I was only listening while dumbstruck as they grabbed an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and began to smash it repeatedly against a telephone pole. Cracks formed in the crate, plastic shards flying everywhere. They slammed it full force into the shuttered storefront. The shatter let out a frighteningly loud noise. Still not satisfied, they flipped over a case of empty cans, scattering the contents all over the place. This is not normal. It was something you saw often in television or in manga, but I never thought seeing it in person would be this terrifying. I became painfully aware that the safety of civilized society was only held up by such a frail concept as morals. My knees clapped together noisily. Static began to pepper my vision. This is what you would call absolute terror. There was nothing I could do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I could only pray for help. The fear I felt was too much. Could somebody help me? My gaze wandered about the surrounding area. I was surrounded by these three hoodlums. No way would there be a passerby brave enough to intervene. Maybe this is what you call reaping what you sow. If I were a passerby, there'd be no doubt that I would ignore what was going on. So, this was somewhat of a cosmic retribution. Retribution. Fucking say something! I fucking stab you! Angry yelling loud enough to rattle my eardrums speared forth in the front of my face. Speared forth right in front of my face. My waning consciousness was forcibly dragged back to the forefront. The thug had cocked back his free hand and twisted his body, when suddenly a metallic taste filtered through the back of my throat. A chill ran down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut as tightly as possible and gripped my teeth. Okay. Uh. Oh wait, this is where the townsfolk go ahead and help them. I was gonna end this episode here, but wow, I cannot end it like this, so I'm gonna continue on reading. You're making quite the racket, you stupid pieces of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was a short distance away. Still holding me by the collar, the three thugs spun around to look behind them. The fuck you say? Standing there was Mion. Mion. She stood there, displaying an imposing stature that I'd never seen before. She didn't have the same look on her face that she did when we were playing around during club. Those were the eyes that would instill fear in anyone who looked upon them. The eyes of a raptor. They were the epitome of terror. At the same time, they were the most reassuring things in the world. Yeah, that's a little bit, that's kind of like a frustrated face. I'm never sure if it's 100% frustrating, but yeah. Okay. I'll only say this one more time. Let go of K-Chan and get lost. Beyond, without an ounce of fear, laid down her ultimatum. Of course, there was no way those three wouldn't go absolutely berserk. The situation instantly turned explosively dangerous. You fucking bitch! I'll fucking bash your head in. Stop him, Beyond. These guys are like rabid dogs. No amount of bluffing will work. Beyond, it's dangerous. I knew what I was saying was pathetic, but I couldn't let Beyond get involved in this. No matter how you looked at it, Beyond was the only bluffing. But did Beyond even know the meaning of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. They were slowly increasing in number, little by little. At first, it was only businessmen on their way home stopping to take a look. Then it was housewives in the middle of shopping taking a gander. Next, it seemed like the owner of the store showed up. It was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around Beyond, there was already about 7 people gathered. It felt different than the people coming out to support a friend. If I were to say why, it was because the group of people gathered was diverse in age and gender. The 3 thugs seemed to slowly realize that there was something strange about the situation. Who the hell are these guys? Behind them, at some point, 4 people, more of different clothes and ages, had gathered. A girl who looked to be in middle school, a man wearing a bakery apron, an old lady in a house-cleaning smock. More and more, people of various ages. Their gazes, comparable to Mion's, were of hostility, of intimidation. Before I realized it, over 10 people had formed a ring around us. At that moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran in and joined the circle. There were some familiar faces. Some of our classmates. Then these people were residents of Himizawa? More and more people from Himizawa gathered around. In obvious contrast, the residents of Okimiya were passing by as quickly as possible. The fuck are you guys? Go the fuck away! The group surrounding us suddenly swelled around 20 people. Completely encircled, the faces of the thugs began to show the first signs of panic. Nobody spoke a word, Neon included. That made everything completely unnatural and, depending on which side you are on, completely terrifying. The thugs' voices echoed out, like they were screaming. Oh, because they were screaming, yeah. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everyone else took a step forward, shrinking the circle. The hoodlums went pale as if they were pushed together, back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying out for help. Alright, what's going on here? What's going on? It was sudden. A solidly built officer cut his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby had undoubtedly called for them. Several burly officers appeared from the inside of the second vehicle. "Oh, officer, good timing. There you go. There, that extortionist, caught red-handed. Please arrest them." This perhaps the one that's wrong here." Mian, returning her usual self, nonchalantly pointed out the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious, but now that it had come to this, there was nothing they could do. It was their loss. Okay. Come over here for a second. Come on already. The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them towards the patrol. Wow, they got arrested. Well then. Let me go. We're the victims here. Are you listening, damn it? No matter how much ruckus they caused, the officers paid no heed. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside 2 vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer intelligible. "Are you alright? Are you injured?" And here is Oishi. Yeah, Oishi. Oishi? I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it for now. He's probably a detective. The man leading the police peered at my face. No, not really. Well, that's a bit of a silver lining then. Well then, have a good year. The portly man, after taking a quick look around, addressed the crowd. "Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we were able to keep the peace today. It's a wonderful thing." "Thank you for your hard work, Detective Uishi." Oh yeah, it is Uishi. "As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for a detective from the 1st Division to come out all this way." The way that Shion talked didn't have a very pleasant tone. It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the professional office. I just made a little detour. Please keep up the good work. I pray for success in your future adventures. Ah, shucks. It's a good thing there were no injuries, though. Uishi-san, we're done. Oishi-san, we're done here. Let's go. Well then, have a good year. I'm sorry, but could you make way? The detective named Uishi, after jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over to the waiting police car. It quickly set off, disappearing down the city street. It was over so quickly that I was dumbstruck. I didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. It was like they came here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. After making sure the police cars had left, Beyond snapped their fingers sharply. I'm losing my voice, sorry guys. Alright, that's a wrap. And don't come back. That was the signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everyone began smiling. A middle-aged man helped me up. Are you okay, young Maibara? That sign picker fight's a bit better. It's not like I wanted to fight. Are you hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken. An older lady that I didn't know the name of was concerned about my injury. You were lucky when this happened right in front of the station when it was busy. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to gather as many people. Next time, be more careful. City kids these days are pretty unruly. Grumble. I was even warned by the old lady in the smock. As she had finished appalling the dispersing group for their efforts, she strode over to me. Well, you're pretty good, Kei-chan, but I also think you should be more careful about who you pick a fight with. Thanks, Mion. You said my bacon there. Like I said, I'm Shion. She made a troubled expression as she turned her gaze downwards, blushing in embarrassment. I heard from my sister that the first Yo keychain was yours, Kei-chan. Oh yeah, that's right. I was heading to the restaurant. And you ended up feeling so excited that you got mixed up in something weird? Now it was my turn for my face to go red. I didn't want to admit, but she was spot on. Well, I was just unlucky. But you really saved me, Shion. You don't have to thank me. So if you see anyone else get bullied, help them out, okay? We value that kind of thing very highly here. I was well versed in that sense of compadre. But the way I was rescued just now something seemed a little off about that. While I was helped out, it was honestly almost disturbing. It was to Wow, I can't read right now. It was honestly to an almost disturbing degree. You were coming to the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so why don't you relax for a bit? My treat. It seems like she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. Without waiting for an answer, Shion began walking. Alright. That was the end of, part 1 of this chapter. That took a lot longer than I thought, but I read 20 minutes of the before this chapter, which was the end of chapter whatever it was. I actually lost track of the chapters. What chapter is this, actually? Sorry, guys. I gotta check. Oh, okay. Okay, so I was finishing off chapter 3, and we're now in chapter 4, and yeah, it got a little bit weird because I read the end of chapter 3, and the end of chapter 3 was pretty short, so I went ahead and went to chapter 2, which was a longer part. But anywho, this was a fun episode to read, though, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know if I'm saying anything right now. I can't read. I can't barely talk because my voice is running dry, and I hope you all like this video. What a transition. Alright, yeah, I should probably end this video soon before it gets more awkward. So, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. I hope that you guys come back. I'll see you all next time. Okay,